All right, you guys, I'm taking you guys to Chicago Title. It is payday. So we're picking up two checks today, one for $10,000 and the other one for $75,000. And I'm gonna try to break down and cover as much information as I can on these two deals for you guys. Sorry in advance if I miss out on any details. You guys can drop me a comment, let me know what I missed or what you guys or if you guys have any question on it. Okay, so let's get right into it. The first deal is $10,000, and that one we actually got it from that one from probate. Now, for those of you who don't know what probate is, and this is when someone lost a loved one and the property goes into probate. So basically, this is based on, it's like a deceased kind of deal. So anyways, we sent out our letters and we get our probate list from US Lee List. And I actually have shared that in some of my other video already, but for those of you who don't know about the site, I'll drop a link in the description so you guys can contact them. They pull a list for you every single quarter. They'll pull a list for you on all the names that are in probate, deceased, that you can send out to seller. Now the good thing about them is that they only allow one person per county. So whatever area that you're targeting, whatever county it is, you just let them know, and once that county's already been taken, so if it's taken by you, they would not share that list. They would not sell that list to anyone else. All right. And then the bad thing is, if the county that you're looking to purchase this list from, if someone's already taken that county, then obviously they won't be able to sell to you. Then you just ask them that you're going to be on the list. So if that person bail out and decided they don't want to go through with them with the list anymore, then now you have the first you have first positions to take over that area. Okay, you guys. So that's a good thing about them, because they don't want to create competitions among each other or investor. So that's what they do, is they only drop one investor per area, per county. Okay, so you can call them up. Really great. They're really great company. Talk to Terry. Talk to Terry, and he'll be able to set you up. And I think it's a little less than $1 per name. Don't quote me, you guys. Like I said, my wife does all the marketing, but I think it's less than $1 per address or per name that they sent to you. And you can tell them, hey, if you don't want manufactured home, you can tell them that. They'll take that out. Sorry about that, guy. Got an incoming calls. But anyways, if you don't want apartment, you can tell them. They'll take it out. So whatever you don't want, they can narrow it down for you. They can remove whatever you don't want. Not a problem at all. So just talk to them. They're a great company to work with. But anyways, and so when we sent out this letter, so once we got the list, we sent it to our mailing company. It's gobigprinting.com. I think I've already shared, you guys, but for those of you who don't know them, I'll drop a link below. That is our marketing company. They sent out, so once we get the list from US Lead List, then on the probate or even on List Source, where we pull all the what requirement, absentee owner, whatever it is, we send it over to Go Big Printing, and they will send out all of our marketing for us. Okay, and they will set up a schedule for you however you want. All right. Great company to work with. Check them out. They got all different kind of letters and postcards that you can use. Okay, so we sent them that list, and they sent out the letter. And it just, with us, we don't use. So basically, this is really depend. I mean, there's people that get results from everything, right? There's people that get results. It's about being consistent. So for us, is when we send out letters to probate, we actually don't put on there like, oh, I understand what you're going through. I'm here if you need me. So we don't say anything like that. So we don't say anything. And I know there's people that use that kind of letters that specifies that, hey, they know you're going through a hardship and they want to help you out and they want to be there. And it works out for them, which is fine. But I'm just sharing with you guys what we use. And it also seems to work. We just send them out just regular letter saying, hi, my name is blah, and I just want to buy your property. It's a hassle-free sale. We pay for all the closing costs, etc., right? just put in there some of the perk that we provide. And we don't tell them that we know that they're going through a probate or they just lost a loved one. We don't tell them that, because a lot of times, you know, we get called back from, and this is just in my experience, you guys are our experience. And like I said, there's people that send out these letters that tells the seller that they understand they're going through this, but we don't. And we decide not to do that is because we don't want the people to call and think that we're targeting these kind of people, right? Because we have those phone calls where they're like, oh yeah, you know I'm going through this, and you trying to target me, you're trying to steal the house or anything like that. So we just wanted to send out the original genetic letter just saying we want to buy houses, okay? And yeah, that's it. So the seller calls in. He went through the whole script with one of our gal, right? He went through the whole process with one other gal, taking all the information. At first when he called in, then gathered all the information, then it was sent to me to make the offer, which is the offer appointment. So this is on the second phone call, sent to me. I chat with the seller. He didn't want to, we were still about, I think $20,000 to $30,000 different in price. He wanted $275,000, and for us is we're looking down at $200,000. And the property at that time, we figured that it's probably going to worth about that $350,000 or $375,000, okay? And based on the information he given us, it probably going to need about $30,000 or so in repair. All right, probably $30,000 or $35,000 in repair and updates. So he wanted $275,000, so it didn't really make sense for us. There wouldn't be any room for us in there. You know, there wouldn't be any room for us in there to make our wholesale fee. So anyways, we made him an offer of $200,000. He said, yeah, Khang, I think it's a little bit, you know, I think it, you know, so he came down to $250,000. He came out to $250,000 when I talked to him, made him the initial offer of $200,000. And he said, yeah, you know what, Khang, that price doesn't work. It seems like we're too far apart. I have some other interested buyer as well that wanted to take a look at the property. So I told him, yep, that's fine. You know, if you want to send out, you know, you want to have your other buyers take a look and make you an offer on it, not a problem. If anything changes, let us know. So, you know, we end the phone call. I set a follow-up with him right away because when talking on the phone, he's very attached and very emotionally attached to the house, because obviously it's his daughter's property and she passed away. And so now it's, you know, his job is to clean the house and trying to sell the property. So he has some emotional. When I chat with him, I felt that, so I didn't want to pressure or anything like that. And he didn't really seems like just pull the trigger there and then. So anyways, he said he got some other buyers. So I set it up for 15 days follow-up. So after a 15 days follow-up, he still weren't ready to sell. All right. And then we did a 30 days follow-up. And at that time he said, hey, I got a couple buyers looking at it. Why don't you touch base with me in 2 weeks? I'll let you know. And then after that, so we set up another 2 weeks follow-up with him. And he said one of the buyers came in, offer him $225,000 on the property, but they were having issue closing on it. So when I chat with him, so they end up canceling that contract with that buyer, and he was asking me if we were still interested and if we are willing to do $225,000. So our initial was when we made him an offer at $200,000, we wanted to make I think we wanted to make about $35,000 or $40,000 on the wholesale deal, on the wholesale fee. So instead, we agreed with him and came to an agreement on $225,000. So I figure we're probably going to make about $20,000 or so, right? $20,000 or so on this deal. And anyway, so we lock it up at $225,000. And he was happy with that at $225,000. We're paying for all the closing costs. So we tied up, we sent out to our buyers, and we got a couple interest buyers that would really want it. And then we found a buyer within I think within 5 days or so. We found a buyers. They came in and they came in and said, hey, you know, obviously we want to do a walkthrough. We run our numbers. If every, you know, if the property checks out, you know, then we want to buy it. So the property is vacant at the time. So we called the seller. We said, hey, you know, we're going to have our contractor or partner go out there to go through the property just to verify, make sure all the repairs and things like that are not, you know, something, you know, not something that you haven't told us. So we just don't want any big major repair that comes up, that come up and caught us by surprise. So we're going to send our partner or contractor to go out there to do the walkthrough inspection on the property. So anyways, he's okay with it. We set it up, got the buyers to go out there. The buyer went through the property. Everything was good. The only thing that he found as an issue was there's some rots and some issue that was going to cost about roughly about $10,000 on top of whatever the on top of whatever we figured the repair cost was going to be. Okay, after he ran a number. So he came back and he said, hey Khang, you know what, we won't have any issue, you know, moving forward with the price that you're asking, but it seems like there's going to be some issue with the crawl space that we need to get a that it's going to cost us about $10,000 to get it repaired. And at that time we got a couple buyers already that came in and got kind of say that pretty much say exact similar things to this buyer. And so I decided to ask him, so well, you know, if we end up agreeing on that and dropping at $10,000, how quickly or how soon can you close? And he said, Khang, we're ready to go. We can close within the next 5 to 7 days. All the other buyers was like kind of hesitant and wanted to close in 20 days or whatever, and wanted to send someone else again to look at it. And so we decided, you know what, let's go ahead and do it. We didn't want to, we could have gone back and renegotiate with the seller to get another $5,000 off or so, but we figured, you know what, the seller's happy, we make some money, the number works for the buyer. We typically don't want to go back and renegotiate. We just reduce our assignment fee and just get it done. So anyways, yeah, so that's closing. So we're picking up a check that's for $10,000, and then I will talk to you guys about the $75,000. I just gotta go pick up our puppy here. I drop her off to get herself groomed. Right, so you guys, okay, we're back. I'm gonna show you our precious. She's right there. Her name is Boo. Anyways, you guys, let's get back to it. I just want to share quickly. I just want to share that quickly, guys. She is our pride and joy. But anyways, so that's done with the first deal. I'm going to talk to you guys about the second one here. So the $75,000 deal, assignment deal. It's an apartment building. It's an 8 units. The total current rent that they're bringing in is $9,200 a month, and yeah, $9,200 a month. It's an 8 units, currently completely full, totally rented. And the seller called us off of one of our the seller called us off of one of our letter that we have sent to him. So when we sent, and you guys also too, is I also forgot to tell you guys, when we pull the list on list source, we also target multifamily and apartment as well. Okay, so not just single family, but we do multifamily and apartment as well. So so it's 8 units. He contacted us off of one of our letter. It's a yellow letter that we sent out, and you know, just the same thing. We're buy houses. We're an investment company here locally. We buy, etc. With all the perks on there. So he contacted us, went through the whole process, and the reason why he wanted to sell is because he's getting old, and he's actually in it with a partner, with his son, and his son actually live in one of the units. Okay. And he's getting old, and he lives about an hour or two away from the property, and he just wanted to sell. His son's also wants to move as well, right? But he wanted to sell it more than his son was. So he went through the whole process with us, and then they set an appointment for me to call back to make them the offer on it. And initially he was asking $975 for it, After I chat with him, he came down to $950. We made him an offer at $925. The property is probably worth about, so when it comes to rental property, it's going to be based on a cap rate. So, so based on a cap rate, that's how much they determine what the value is for rental property, okay? So they base it off of a cap rate. So based off of a cap rate of 6% in that area, that property is worth about 1.2 or 1.3 million. We actually, when I made an offer in on that property, we actually kind of wanted to buy it because all the numbers really make sense. The property did not need any work, any repair. It's completely rented. Renters wants to stay. None of the renter want to move out, and all the renter pays on time. All the renter take care of the property, of their units really, really well, and it looks really, really good. We got the seller to send us over some of the photos. Since he lived in one of the units, he went out and took pictures and sent to us, and he told us it didn't need any repair, didn't need any work. So anyways, we made him an offer of $925. It brings in about $9,200 in rent currently, but with the increased rent, because they haven't raised rent in a while, we figure that you can probably increase rent to about $9,400 or $9,500 a month. Okay, so total rent is probably can be increased to $9,400 or $9,500 a month. Okay, so we made him an offer of $925. Now he bought this property 10 years ago for $1 million. Okay, just a little bit over $1 million. And the reason why he wants to sell it, he wants to sell it and he's willing to take a little discount or a little hit on it, is because, we tell him, hey, we're going to provide him with a hassle-free sale. There's no real estate commissions they have to pay. There's no days on market that they have to worry about going with us. And we said, hey, and then we also tell his son, since his son also needs some time after closing to move out, we said we can close on it, and also to his rent back or lease back to his son if he decided he wants to stay there for an extra 30 days or 40 days or whatever, or 60 days, and we'll give him the first month rent for free. So we're just telling him all this perk that we can do, etc., right? And he said, you know what, Khang, I don't know, I wanted to think about it. And right when he said that, then I asked him the question that I share with you guys is, I said, so Jim, what is it keeping us from doing this deal? Is it, moving forward with doing this? Is it me? Is it the process, or is it the price? And like I share with you guys, the reason why you want to know that is you want to know what is holding him back from moving forward, so you can solve that problem, right? If it's the price, then let's talk about it and see if we can meet somewhere, right? Because that was not our final offer, right? We have rooms to move, right? So that's why I want to ask him that, to see if it was the price. He said, well, Khang, it's not the price, I'm happy with the price. I think it's good. I think it's fair. But I want to check with my son, and was a little concerned about the process and things like that, because this is obviously our only investment, and this is, our first time buying and selling this beside our home. So I kind of share with him, hey, you know what, we are going to use Chicago title. Everyone is protected. So telling him everything, so that way the seller can have a peace of mind knowing that we are legit. We are going to use a third party to close on this deal, and all the paperwork is going to be done properly. He's going to sign the final paperwork at the title company. So if anything suspicious or any numbers that, that was not agreed upon, he cannot sign at that time. So, once I tell the seller that, all that, he was all good to go, right? He was all good to go. So he said, okay, Khang, it sounds good. Let me just talk to my son. But I think we're ready to move forward. But I just want to get his commitment as well, and I'll call you back. So, I said, okay, great. And I asked him, when do you think I'll be able to hear back from you? He said, either later today or tomorrow. So, I went ahead and let him do his thing, let him talk to his son. He calls back the next day and said, I share with my son whatever you told us, etc. We're ready to move forward with it. You're right. So wait, when you give them that peace of mind, they just know that this is not a scam. All the paperwork is going to be done with the third party. They feel more comfortable and more relaxed. All right. So now I want to tell you guys, I did a little something out of line on this deal, is that I let the buyer do financing on this deal. And so at the time, I didn't tell the seller we're going to come in with all cash or anything like that, because it's a large, you know, it's a large amount. The seller's not going to say, oh yeah, are you going to pay all cash for it, right? Because it's a large amount. The seller didn't even brought that up. They just want to know that this is going to be sold, and that's it, right? And so anyways, so yeah, so I did a little bit different on this one, is letting the buyer get financing on this. And the reason why is we sent it out. We actually got a couple of buyers that's very interested on this property. We got one of them that was gonna say, hey Khang, I'm gonna get hard money, I'm gonna come in and close on it, but I wanted to, you know, I want a 45 or 60 day closing, because I want, you know, it's gonna be contingent on my other properties being sold, so I can have that funds for the down payment, for my hard money guy, etc., right? And I didn't want any of that. So the guy that we did this deal with, we actually have done deal with him in the past already. He owns a lot of rental properties, and his family own over 300 rental property already. So he has, you know, he already proven to us he has all his financing in place. He got the bank that can pull the trigger and close on this thing in 30 days. And he said it's pretty much, you know, just passing the appraisal, making sure that the appraisal walked through and everything checked out on the property, then they're just ready to move forward, right? And also too is he wants it to be, you know, contingent on an inspection. And I told him, no, you know what, why don't you just pick a day, get your inspector out there, walk through the property. We're not going to be tied up with you and then having it contingent on inspection, okay? So anyway, he lined his inspector up. His inspector went out there, checked out the property, said everything was good, that we're not going to have any issue with the appraisal or anything like that. And also too, at the time, I asked him if everything was good. You know, we need you to put a non-refundable of $30,000. And the buyer was okay with that. He said, Khang, all the number checks out good, if the inspection comes back good, and if you're okay with us getting bank loan to close on this deal, and I got all my finances in place, we can close on this deal in 30 days or less. So I said, great. So we went in, everything checked out, and he dropped off his $30,000 non-refundable. So which means, you guys, if the buyers bail out and did not close for any reason, his $30,000, he's going to lose that. It becomes non-refundable, and the title company is going to cut you the check for $30,000, and then you're able to cancel the deal and then go out there and find another buyer. Okay, and that's why you want to hold a buyer and put them in and get them as much skin in the game as possible. The more you can ask them to put down, the better. Okay, so if they bail, you get that fund, and they know that they got so much already up front that they're gonna lose. They're gonna do whatever it takes to pull through. All right, you guys. So anyways, that's the deal. We did financing on this one, but it works out because there's no repairs, no work, everything in the property just checked out just fine. All right. And yeah, anyways, you guys, and the reason why is because the price was in a larger it's a larger amount. So it's in a larger amount. We didn't. Anyways, you guys, sorry about for the incoming call. Oh my goodness. But anyways, those are the breakdown of the two deals. If I miss anything, please drop me a comment, ask me, and let me know. But as always, you guys, thank you so much to everyone that have subscribed. You guys have been a trooper. If you guys haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and let me share and teach you guys everything about wholesaling houses, where you don't need any of your own cash because you're not going to buy the property. You don't need good credit because you're not going to get a loan on it. You don't need any construction background because you're not going to fix it and flip it. All you're going to do is tie the property up under contract, find a cash buyer that's willing to pay more for it, and assign the contract over to them, then and then make a large profit. All right, you guys, if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. And take care, you guys. I'll show you guys those checks when I stop by Chicago Title to pick them up. All right, you guys, take care. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. All right, you guys, we're here at Chicago Title. Boom. Picking up a check. Picking up my checks right now. And I'll show you guys. Hi. Okay, we got a check here for $10,500. That's on one of our closing, and I'll have to talk to you guys about this closing, this deal. See here, got a check. Okay. There it is. That's a 75. The 500 is the earnest money.